Hey everybody, it's Audrey. Thanks for coming by my channel today. I have a page for Confessions of a Paper Addict using a cut file from the store. This cut file is called Sprinkler. It is a super cute cut file, and when I saw it, again, I had the perfect pictures in mind. So I have opened up the cut file here, and I'm going to trace it. And I'm going to, I know just the way that this design is angled, I kind of want my photos to be like under the splashes. So I'm going to draw two rectangles that I think are the size of my photos. And when I made this, I was orienting my photos vertically, and when I went back and looked at my photos, I realized that they were horizontal. So my photos actually are horizontal, not vertical, but that's okay. So these little splashes here, I felt like I wanted some more splashes to kind of go up and over the pictures a little bit. So I'm just copying, pasting some of these little splash droplets from the outside, and yeah, just copying, pasting extra ones, and kind of just, laying them out here. They'll be different when I lay them out on paper, but again, just to kind of get a design idea in mind. So I'll play around with these, and I like that orientation. So then I will go and cut this from white cardstock. When I cut it, by the way, I'll go move those pieces and cluster them all down in one corner of the page so that I don't have to waste an entire piece of paper cutting. So I do try to conserve paper that way. Okay, so my cut file is cut out. I just showed you my cardstock there. It's like a very shimmery blue. It's really pretty. It came in a kit, I think. And I am using this piece of pattern paper from a Hip Kit Club kit. I thought it would be really perfect for, this sprinkler water splashy background. I was going to trace it, but it was kind of flimsy. So what I'm going to do is I use these dots. They're called sticky dots. It's a huge sheet, 8.5 by 11 sheet of adhesive dots, just like you would have like any, a tape runner. And I put it on the sticky dots, and then the back of the cut file gets adhesive on it, and it's just a really quick and easy way, especially when you're working like with a really delicate or kind of a flimsy file, to get it to adhere down if you don't want to, mess around with liquid glue. So I love the sticky dots for that reason. So I am just going to, it's stuck down now, I'm just going to fussy cut around the edge, and that goes pretty quickly. I liked the little tiny hints of pink in this background paper as well, so super pretty. And I do back all the other little bits and pieces. I'm not going to show you all of that because it's kind of boring and you get the idea. But I use the sticky dots sheet to back all of my other little pieces too. So what am I doing? I guess I am, okay. So now I'm going to map my photos. I picked this kind of ombre yellowish and peach paper, also from an old kit. I wanted something to contrast the blue a little bit. So I will back those and distress the edges. I always print my photos with a white border around them, so they always have a white border, and I do most of the time actually map my photos on something, whether it be, pattern paper. I don't really use cardstock often for matting, but, just something to make the photos pop off against the blue. Okay, so even though the inside of my cut file, the pattern paper, it has kind of a mixed media look, I'm still going to go through and add some mixed media to my cardstock in the background. So I'm going to add a really thin layer of gesso. Adding the gesso does kind of take the shimmer away from this cardstock a little bit, but that's fine. I let that dry, and I'm going to go in with some different kind of mists here. I really wanted to go with kind of a minty bluish green. So this is a really light mint it's a Shimmers. And I think all these are, well, almost all of them are Shimmers. Just different shades of blue and minty green. I'll just kind of dab those around. I'm doing, again, really, really light. And I'm just using the packaging technique. Kind of looks like water splatter, so I love how that's looking. This is my bottle of teal Honey Swap Color Shine. It is empty, and I keep having to go back and add water to it just to get any color out of it, but I could just buy a new one, but, it's still got some color in there, so I'm going to use it for a while. To add a little bit of contrast, I'm going to go in with some pinks and kind of a lighter pink. I'm trying to pick up on that pink that that little bit of pink that was in the pattern paper that I used. And yeah, so I like how that looks. And I guess I'm going to go back in here with a little bit darker blue. And there we go. So once that dried, I went through and I machine stitched kind of the pathway, the arc line of the way the droplets were going to go. I pulled the threads to the back, and then I'm just going to adhere the ends of the threads down with some clear tape. And yeah, I love how that looks. That looks really cute with the angled stitch lines to show the kind of the splash. You can see, by the way, the bottom of the sprinkler, I used gray and green for the hose and the base of that. And all these other little bits I backed to. I didn't record all that. And I'm just going to scatter those kind of like how I had in Design Studio. I'm not putting the exact shapes as they were in the program. You know, I'm just kind of winging it here. So I was really inspired by these little sparkly gems that also came in a kit, and I definitely had to add them in. They're more teal. Like the paper I used to back the cut file is very like a navy shade, and these little glittery things are more teal, but that's okay. I really like how they look, and I decided to actually put a couple pops of pink in there too to kind of pick up again on the pink in the pattern paper and the pink in the mats that I used around my photo. So just going through some of the things I had, I picked out this word fun from a like a puffy sticker sheet. I don't end up keeping it. It stays there for a while, but the pink is just too much pink. Although I kind of like it now looking back at it in the video, but I always do that. I'll change my mind again, but I think when I start adding the other elements, the pink just becomes too dark. So I'm just going to go through my stash. I have a whole bunch of kits laying on my desk that I've maybe made 1 or 2 pages with, but I have so much stuff in them that I really need to use it up. So I'm just pulling things from these kits and seeing if they work. I always include heart stickers somewhere on my pages. I have a ton of things that have phrases on them that I would use, but I don't like to overdo it with the phrases unless I'm focusing on that. But you know, when you have a big cut file and 2 larger photos and a lot of details and mixed media, like I don't want to overdo it with too many embellishments. So I'll keep that light. I pulled out this yellow sunshine. I didn't have a lot of yellow on the page to start with, but I had a couple little yellow phrase stickers and label stickers, and I think I'm going to keep that sunshine. I like how that looks. And I'm going to add a few more pops of color here because it's kind of monochromatic with all that blue, with some rainbow washi tape stickers. I think this is Paige Evans' sticker book from her Bloom Street collection. So these are just like washi tape stickers. I will add to kind of frame those photos. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that. So I wanted to put the word sprinkler on here to make the title of my page Sprinkler Fun, and I chose these white alphas for the word sprinkler. I like them because they're thin and they're kind of scripty and fun, and I think a scripty font shows a lot of movement, but it doesn't fit. I don't like having my titles, especially only part of my title, go over the photo, and especially a photo where I have a white border and I'm using thin white stickers. I don't know, you just can't see it very well. So I kept trying to push that photo over a little bit more, but it just wasn't going to work. So I'm going to have to figure out something different here with the word sprinkler. Yeah, I tried to squeeze it on there, but I just don't like that. It gets lost, the end of then it looks like sprinkle fun. And I don't want it to be sprinkle fun. I want it to be sprinkler fun. Okay, so I ended up putting the title sprinkler across one of my stitch lines at the top, which I love. I think that looks so much better, and it kind of fits in there. I don't know, it just moves well with the little droplet pieces. I cut my sunshine in half so that I can use the half for another page, and yeah, I'm just going to start gluing some things down. I thought about popping all of these up with foam squares, but I don't know, I was just kind of feeling a little bit lazy. And I just thought, I'm just going to glue this down with some regular old glue. My photo, did I glue my photos down? I think I've glued my photos down already. If I didn't, I'm about to. Yeah, so I'm just going to scatter these around, glue them down. No, I guess I did not glue my photos down. My fine line bottle is running out of glue, so I try to use my other original bottle of glue, and that's clogged, so back to my fine line bottle. It is. It would help if I put the tops back on them, and then they probably wouldn't clog and dry up. Okay, yeah, I don't really use any dimensional pieces on this layout, I guess. That's okay. You don't need to do it on every page. All right, so I've got everything glued down. So I took the pink word fun off, as you can see. I just think the pink in one corner, the word fun, and the bright yellow sun in the other corner just, I don't know, just weren't working well. So I found these alpha stickers in my stash. They're thickers, and they're kind of like, it looks like they're like sugar-coated with this blue sugary stuff. They're really pretty. I've never used them before. It's fun what you can find in your stash. You know, it's amazing the things that are there that you didn't know you had. So I'm going to leave that there. I'm not sure. Oh, I went to go look for a journaling spot, I think. So I ended up taking a journaling card and just cutting a circle and writing my journaling underneath the word fun. So that's it for this page. I love this cut file. It goes so perfect with my photos, and the little splatters were really, really fun to use. So thank you so much for watching. You can go check out this cut file and many more in the Confessions of a Paper Addict store, and stay scrappy, friends. I'll see you soon.